Hi, my name is Aaron Kentrell, and the name of my digital media outlet is called Heartbeat. And at Heartbeat, it's all about celebrating our differences. And you can tell by that centered heart there with all those smiling faces, it's going to be about positivity at Heartbeat. So our mission and values is all about striving to uplift underrepresented voices and share joyful, human-centered stories that always don't get the space in traditional media. Now, we value and embrace a fun, conversational, warm, and uplifting approach. Now, the outlet will foster genuine connections at a time when many companies and institutions are distancing themselves from diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, Heartbeat's mission is to bring these stories to light across multiple digital platforms, letting people know that they do matter. Now, while traditional news, they may offer the occasional feel-good, positive story, and also stories that highlight DEI, but they're often overshadowed by the doom and gloom news of the day or just buried deep down in a newscast. Now, Heartbeat aims to change that by having content that warms the heart and highlights overlooked communities in a positive light. It's all about positivity at Heartbeat. We'll also empower the audience with practical tools to become more financially literate, civically engaged, and also politically informed. So who is our target audience? Well, it's going to be 18 to 49-year-olds. So according to this Pew Research study, most people in that age range get their news often or sometimes from digital devices. Take a look here. 18 to 29-year-olds. 93% of people who participated in this survey say they get their news often or sometimes from digital devices. 30 to 49-year-olds, 92% of people in this survey say they get their news often or sometimes from digital devices. Now, if Heartbeat is looking at a secondary audience, take a look here. 50 to 64-year-olds, 85% say digital devices. That's the way to go to get the news. But 74% say they're still turning to television. So, still competing with television, but digital devices, that's growing. And 65 and up is 71% in digital devices. So still competing with television, but the digital space is growing rapidly. So Heartbeat can really reach people of all ages, but that 18 to 49-year-old range, that's our target audience. So YouTube is where Heartbeat will produce most of the stories at. So we'll have mini stories, engaging storytelling through real life experiences, profile stories highlighting unique voices and their journeys, then also explainers, just simplifying complex topics for better understanding. So what types of stories am I talking about? So think about it. Anything positive, that's what Heartbeat wants to bring to life. So any minority-owned business owner who is opening up their first store, that's something Heartbeat would want to cover. Maybe it's a minority student who is graduating at the top of their class. That's something we would like to show off. Maybe it's an LGBTQ couple who is doing some cool trip of going back in time and reliving how they met, and Heartbeat wants to follow that. That's something we would want to highlight. Just anything positive that would be something we would want to do at Heartbeat. Maybe also it's a student at a high school who has a disability, and then they make maybe their cheerleading squad at their high school. That is the news people want to see. They want news that can warm their heart. People get enough doom and gloom and sadness. They need somewhere where they can turn to some positivity. And also when it comes to the explainers, there's a lot of complex stuff out there, and we need to be informed. Like, how do we save money? What's this complex law? What's this city ordinance? That's something Heartbeat can help explain. Bring people on, interview people, and explain what this means to you. This is stuff that people need to know. And also, who doesn't like a little positivity to get their day started or to get them through any tough time they're going through? So Heartbeat, in this digital age, we have to have multiple platforms. So we will have bonus podcasts. So engaging conversations and information that will be supported through ads that will live on Patreon on our podcast. Also fun TikTok videos of content that inspire audiences, vertical videos, behind the scenes content, and a chance to interact with the audience on there. And also there's all these other social medias that you have to utilize as well, not just TikTok, because every day social media is growing and you have to make sure that you're posting content on all of them. Now, as it relates to TikTok, some of those stories that are living on YouTube, you can't just take it on YouTube and post it to TikTok. You gotta get a little creative with it. So you gotta edit it for a TikTok audience, the vertical videos. Also, people on social media, they like to see how you get the content. Show them how you met that person, or how you got about, or how you went about getting the story, or how your day started out, or explaining your day, or how you got that information. And like on Patreon, maybe it's like extra bonus content where you can reveal some of that information. Also, maybe Patreon is where we have that financial advisor to explain how you prepare for retirement and for the future. These are some of the ways that we can just continue to grow across the digital space at Heartbeat. Now, AI, it's a part of our world and it's a great resource, but it can also kind of be bad too. So AI will support Heartbeat by helping with tasks like drafting outlines, generating ideas, and assisting with podcast or interview preparation. But all information will come from humans, me, because AI can generate text, images, and videos, but it can be inaccurate. And every piece of AI-assisted content will be verified before publication, because we have to avoid misinformation and maintaining accuracy, transparency, and ethical storytelling. That's one of my biggest pet peeves about the digital space. There's so much misinformation out there. There's so much AI content, and it's hard to decipher what is what. So Heartbeat has to be on top of that, and it's very important to make sure that it's accurate. And with positive news, it can be easily wrong. So you want to make sure that it's right. So AI, great tool, but also just got to double check that information. Money. I mean, you need money. So how is Heartbeat gonna thrive? So money on YouTube, Heartbeat will generate revenue through advertising, sponsorships, brand partnerships. On TikTok, Heartbeat will generate revenue through creator fund payouts. Hopefully, as we grow an audience and our videos start to spread, we'll make money off of that. Also, sponsorships on there as well. Brand partnership collaborations. Of course, on Patreon, subscribers, they'll pay a monthly fee for that bonus content. Also, it's such a unique platform because we're highlighting positivity and voices that are often overlooked. It's a great chance to partner and collaborate with minority, LGBTQIA, and allied-owned businesses, nonprofits, organizations, to offer advertising and partnership opportunities as the audience grows. So, this isn't going to happen overnight. Heartbeat is going to grow over time. So, Heartbeat will launch in Nashville. Nashville is a melting pot. It's growing every single day. And there are so many stories here. A lot of positive stories that are just waiting to be told. So year one, launch Heartbeat. Launch on YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, other social media sites. Start building a brand. Publish weekly positive community features and DEI-centered stories from the Nashville area. Build brand identity and consistent tone across platforms. Encourage viewer engagement through likes, shares, and comments, and call-outs for story submissions. Also, verification. Going back to making sure it's accurate. You gotta verify every single thing that comes through. Also, form early partnerships with minority, LGBTQ+, and allied-owned businesses. And hopefully, that takes off, and our social media following picks up, and we can start earning some initial revenue through YouTube ads, TikTok bonuses, and people will subscribe to Patreon. Year 2, expand that coverage throughout Middle Tennessee. Let's go and check out some positive stories over in Rutherford, Williamson, Wilson, Sumner, and all these other Middle Tennessee counties. Increase output by adding more stories and explainers. And maybe instead of weekly, maybe 2-3 stories a week. Grow audience through story-driven cross-platform content. Start posting different content on different platforms. Give people something extra on TikTok. Give people something extra on Instagram, YouTube. Develop more sponsorships with other companies, and then work to keep the ones that Heartbeat already has. By year 3, begin covering stories submitted from across the country. I mean, it's the digital space. Anybody can interact with Heartbeat. So odds are, those stories are going to come from all over the place. So why not publish those stories and bring in more audiences to Heartbeat? Collaborate with national minority organizations, nonprofits. I mean, if we're getting stories from all over, why not collaborate with national organizations and businesses? Expand Patreon. Maybe offer more Q&As, extended episodes, more educational videos. Explore hiring another person. See if that's even possible to help with the content at Heartbeat. Conduct more Zoom interviews, remote features from other states as the interest grows. And another way to bring in more revenue, create merchandise. It's another easy way to bring in money. Now competition. There is a lot of competition in Nashville. You got a lot of local competition. You got TV news like News Channel 5, Fox 17, WSMV, WKRN, also WPLN from the radio, lots of newspapers here. And this is a pretty new podcast here, Not the News. So these two people here actually used to work for the TV stations here in local news. They left and then they launched this podcast because they see the benefit of doing something outside of traditional media, traditional news. But what separates Not the News from Heartbeat, this is a podcast. Heartbeat is on YouTube. And we'll have a podcast. And we'll have social media. What Heartbeat will have are stories similar to what these guys produce here. You'll see the video, the sound, that interactive moments. People crave that. I'm a firm believer that sound and video can tell amazing stories without any words coming out at all. So, Heartbeat is definitely doing something in the national market that nobody else could really do, focusing on nothing but positive stories about voices and people that often feel overlooked by a lot of these media companies. Now on the national level, you got companies like Now This, Vox, and The Shade Room. This is more of an entertainment, celebrity blog, but they also post a lot of positive news too about the African American community. And then here, Heartbeat has a lot of competition in general with other YouTubers, podcasters, influencers. I mean, the internet is big and there's a lot of competition out there. So Heartbeat would have its work cut out for itself, but it's so unique based in Nashville. So once again, Heartbeat is created for people who want a place where positivity is the mission 24/7. What sets Heartbeat apart is the lived experience behind it. Myself, I am a news reporter with 10 years of experience. I am biracial. I am a gay man living in Nashville. I've been in the community. I know and I hear what people want. The people in these groups, in the minority groups, the LGBT groups, African Americans, any group that feels not heard, they tell me every single day that they want more positive news about their people, about their neighborhoods, and they feel like they're not getting it from a lot of the media here in Nashville. So why not create a space like Heartbeat where they can find that positive news all the time and where they can see themselves represented? So Heartbeat offers what competitors don't: a fully dedicated space for love, empowerment, resilience, and joy. We start in Nashville, but these stories exist everywhere, and Heartbeat is here to tell them.